Hi, my name's Azzah Manukova, and I'm interviewing a really interesting man, Matthew Patton. Yeah?
Hello.
Matthew Patton.
That's correct.
From Australia. Matthew, you've done a major life change. It's like a death and rebirth, right?
Yeah.
From extremely conservative, right-wing, to it's like a mind crack, a mind crack open, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that, and also you're traveling and basically searching, right, for different things for yourself, for life, for what? Tell me about what you're doing and why.
Well, part of the backstory is, I was conservative, right-wing, held homophobic views, racist views, sexist views, and I just thought that was a cool way of being, and that it served me, and that, it was tough.
Male patriarchal.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
That worldview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a thing of superiority, so it's like looking at other people and judging them to be lesser than I.
Well, what's behind that?
My upbringing, it was, I guess as a child I was bullied at school a bit, and that led me to bully other kids, and so it was more about survival, I guess. Even though I was a middle class white upbringing in Australia, there was a lot of fear around just getting picked on by older kids, and then I guess maybe looking for like scapegoats or people who I could pick on, so that at least I'd be stronger than someone else. Or
it's a belief system, right?
That's all
So
it
you
is.
learn
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And at a young age, when one's impressionable, and then gets stuck with it. It's just, and I remember knowing at times that it probably didn't work, but I had no way out of it.
Why? You didn't have any other reference?
I just couldn't not be so self-righteous. Just having to be right.
Wow. That's stuck, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very. So I see guys like that now, people like that now, and I get it. They don't know anything else. Fundamentally, they're probably afraid of someone, generally someone else. I mean, I think all people pretty much have fear about other people. Often, we might not be able to look at them in the eye, or just there's a general discomfort, a social discomfort with other people. And it's, rooted in this belief of separation, which we all pretty much get with language. We learn I.
And what did that cause? What was the negative of that in your life?
It was, so not having emotional intelligence, I could, say in my career, which is super important for the masculine to achieve results and go out and achieve the mission. And so I could work longer and harder and be more technically proficient at my job than anyone else in the company, but I just couldn't get past a level of management where a company could trust me managing people, because I think you can pick up on people who have got it, as in some emotional intelligence, and others that don't. And it doesn't matter how many results one's producing, through just doing it alone pretty much. It's capped as far as your career prospects if you're not got some people skills, which I didn't really like. Everyone knew me as a party boy and a fun kind of guy. However, ultimately, I think they pick up on those constrained views that's just not going to work ultimately.
Wow, instead of attracting, you deflect. Wow. Yeah, that's something to work on, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, so then what happened?
Well, I was living in inner city Brisbane and interested in skilling up in business, and so whenever anyone had come to town and give a seminar, they often give a free night, and I'd go along to the free nights and pick up whatever I could do some business networking there or whatever. And so I went to an information evening about a seminar one night, and sat next to a couple who had lived on a yacht and seemed like really nice people, and the seminar itself was like, it sounded too good to be true, because people were getting up speaking about these results that they were getting in their business, relationships, health, money, and I was like, it must be all fake. They must be put-ups, because who can speak that articulately, certainly not me, about the results that they're getting out of life. And the seminars that I'd been to were only like money or health or whatever, and so I was just all single focus. And I thought, how can one sort of training produce results in people's lives across the whole spectrum of their life? So I didn't really believe it. But then I asked this woman, or a couple beside me, who I respected. I didn't know them, I just met them and heard their story, and asked if I should do it, and they said, yep. So I was, all right. So I just registered. And at the very least,
Should I do it? Yep. Okay, done. That's good. There was something screaming in there.
Yeah, well, I thought it might be a good place to meet weak and vulnerable women.
Oh, right. That's great.
And do some business networking. Yeah.
And what happened?
Well, it was, I didn't know that, the distinction between information and transformation, and so I got thrown into this transformational learning methodology where it seemed like the leaders knew more about me than I knew about me.
Wow.
And I was like, what? And being a compliance personality, someone who likes to stick to the rules and do things as they're meant to be done, I stuck to I did the course as it was meant to be done, and so I got a pretty big result.
Wow, that's a death and rebirth.
Yeah.
You actually died.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
That old story that I had about myself just got completely loosened. That relationship to meaning in life and story about myself and story about others. I just saw the complete whole story of it all. And by the end of the weekend, I achieved a state of emptiness for a few hours. And I was like, what? It was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I had the best sleep that I'd ever had in my life. And I was just excited about the future because I saw I could create it. That through word, I could create world.
Right.
Once, and I had choice in the meanings that I made up.
Yeah, first you had to be annihilated.
Yeah. I had to just clear the slate.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? We hang on to beliefs that make us sick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They make us sick and they contract our world where there's this never-ending possibilities. Yeah. I mean, we're born with potent possibility and we narrow it down into good, bad, right, wrong, good, bad, right, wrong, yes, no, yes, no. Fucking hell, man. Wow. That's incredible. So what's your experience now? It's not that you did that and this thing happened and then it went away.
Yeah, no. It, it's the self, I heard a good analogy the other day, is like an electric fan. Once you unplug it from the electricity, the fan continues to spin on its own accord for a while. And so I continued my training through, it was Landmark.
It's called Landmark, the seminar, Landmark.
Yep. And they're around the world. And so, I just continued my training and just got clearer and clearer, I guess, and really, and then just created the life of my dreams through practicing the distinctions of that body of work.
Give me an example.
So, one that I just touched on before was that there's no meaning out there in life. Inherently, if I look at that camera, there's, metal, plastic, glass, but there's no meaning in it. However, I'll give it meaning, just as if I look at a person, I'll give it anything and everything. So it's just an automatic. However, through becoming conscious of the meaningless out there and that it's just all meaning made up here, I can choose meaning a lot of the time, even after it's been, everything's already pretty much a done deal. But I can notice it when it's done, and then I can pick a more empowering meaning. So I just chose empowering meanings to put on everything, and I just committed to that. And it's not Pollyanna-ish. It's just a way to live awake. Yeah, and that one distinction, I now filter life through it. I'm just noticing meaning that I'm making up all the time. And
give me an example of a meaning that you were wrong about. I've got a million examples.
Hippies, black people, gays, women, wrong about it all.
Yeah, wow, man. Yeah, so that means you cut out that whole experience of that type of person. Because there's so many dimensions and everything. Joseph Campbell talked about that. He said, there's no meaning in life, you bring the meaning to it. So if you bring a negative meaning, that will be your view. And then imagine what that happens to your nervous system and immune system and, your blood circulation and everything.
Yeah.
It affects everything.
It does.
Yeah.
And one finds evidence to support one's views, so it's like, well, make up views that make me feel lighter and happier and more joyful.
Yeah.
And then find evidence for those. I'm going to automatically do that anyway. This is just like a machine operating here.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing, mate. So you have created your life.
Yeah.
The life of your dreams. A life that you really love.
I have. Yep.
There you go. An example. That's fabulous, mate. Thank you very much.